it's been a while since I did all my plants, and I thought I would do it today since I have all my windows open and it's just beautiful. A beautiful Sunday on the lake, on the coast, and I'm going to start because I will get a sore throat probably from talking. I have COPD, and if I talk a lot, since I'm a solitary person, I only live with dogs, I don't talk much, and I get a sore throat. Or my throat gets dry, I guess is what it is. So, back in October of 2022, I bought this Monstera deliciosa large form, and it was only like a foot high, and it's over 6 foot high now, and it's gorgeous. It's in a huge pot, and I am so proud of this, but I don't want it to hit the ceiling, so I got a vertical grow light for it, and I don't have a light growing above it anymore, so that's my vertical grow light. And I had to put plant potting mix and bird seed to weigh the pot down so my dogs won't knock it over or my robot vacuum won't knock it over. And so that's why I have those ugly things. But yeah, it's beautiful. It just got a new leaf. This is, oh yeah, right there. This is the new leaf right there. And it's finally just about all the way hard. When monsteras first get leaves, they're very delicate and they're very thin. Well, they feel thin, but they're really floppy. They aren't hard yet, like the big monstera leaves when they develop, and they're real delicate. So you have to be really careful with the leaves when they're at that stage, when they first open. So, but that's my Monstera large form. It's beautiful, and I don't want it growing to the ceiling because I don't want to top cut it. I just don't. Some people top cut their giant monsteras. If I don't have to ever do that, I don't want to. A lot of people do that because they sell them. They sell things, and I don't sell any of my plants. So, but that's my monstera, and this is my philodendron and my satin. They're pothos, excuse me, and then my satin pothos. They're 100 feet long, and I've got them growing from they come from 1, 2, 3, 5 different pots, and they've grown completely across my apartment ceiling, and they're growing all around. There's my satin pothos right there, and I'm gonna eventually have it go all the way around the top of the ceiling to the other side of the wall. So, and I have enough grow lights and light that comes in here that they're doing really well. So I'll show you the rest of it. I may have to get another gigantic branch from a pine tree and have it in here, maybe, I don't know. I'll start from here, and there's the two pooches. There's Odin and Freya. Yes, and they're yes. You're gonna give me some paw, yeah, yes, right. And then this is a Stromanth TriStar. I have 2 of them. I just think they're really pretty. A lot of these tabletop ones I got in October 2022. I ordered a pile of them when I first moved here. In August, I wanted to get plants, so I ordered there was 20 of them that were in 2-inch pots, and this is one of them. It was just a random bunch of plants. You pay a certain price, and then you get a random pile. Yeah, and these are my Sansevieria cuttings, and they're getting tall, but they're kind of skinny. So I suppose they're looking for light, but I thought that mother-in-law tongues didn't need light. And this is a dragon plant. It's called a Hawaiian sunshine or sunburst, I think, dragon plant. And they have to have no no bleach or chlorine in the water whatsoever. They shouldn't have anything, but I'm not going to buy a ridiculously expensive water purifier system because the water here is actually quite good. It comes from a creek, a creek or a river. I can't remember what the river is, but it's a creek, and they of course have to put it through the water filtration system for the city or for the town, but there's still chemicals in it, and this dragon trees are extremely sensitive to chlorine. So are these. Causes really major screw ups with their leaves. Brown tips is bad. Same with spider plants, and that's another one. That one's is my bigger one, and that one's done just beautifully. So. And I've learned a lot of these things by trial and error on my plants. Like I've lost a lot of plants in the last 3 years. Not maybe 4 of the really expensive ones because they were either test tube or they were just too tiny. They got damage in the mail. I mean, it's just I know what to do now when I order plants. And I'll tell you what. All these plants that I have came from either Amazon or Etsy. I don't go to plant stores. I do not go to nurseries because every time 10 years ago, I bought some plants at a nursery and they were full of bugs. It was awful. And they're sitting outside. What do you think? They're going to get bugs. Some are real bad bugs. So do indoor plants. These all have had fungus gnats. And I go through my yearly fungus gnat cleanup, and I probably own stock in the yellow sticky things that you stick in your plants to attract fungus gnats. But I use mosquito bit. I make mosquito bit tea. I've tried every single thing, and I haven't tried putting sand on top of my plants. And I'm gonna order some black. It's black, organic black lava stone, and I'm going to see if that works because I'm really, to be honest, I'm sick of, I hate the things, but I'm sick of mosquito bits having to screw around with the tea and all that. So we'll see. If I have to go back to it, I will, but I'm ordering about, 30 pounds of black lava rock. And it's good because it still gives drainage to the plants, but supposedly fungus gnats can't breed in that stuff. You put like a half an inch on the top of your soil, and fungus gnats aren't supposed to be able to breed, but they do breed in the plant saucer. So I don't know if I'm going to waste my money on lava rock or not. But they do breed in the plant saucer. If anybody thinks they don't, believe me, they do. So every time I water my plants, the ones I can carry to the sink, I take some Dawn dish soap and I take the plant saucer off and I squirt a drop in the plant saucer and I fill it with hot water, swish it around and let it sit while the plant's being watered, and then I dump it out, but I always set the plant right back in on it, and there's still a little bit of soap suds at the bottom, and that does kill fungus gnats. So hopefully it kills the larva. So, but this is a philodendron black cherry pink princess, and I think it's beautiful, and I love unusual plants. I love variegated plants. I really do. I just like them. So, and these are my little lithops. I think it's lithops or lipids. No, it's lithops, and they're doing fine. Then I won't be watering them now until wintertime. So, but I think I might have overwatered that one. I don't know if it's supposed to get one growing right out of the middle of it or not. But these originate in South Africa, and I just love them. They look like living stones. And there's my golden pothos that all these big strings are coming out of on the ceiling. And then there's my string of dolphins, and I just love them to death. And supposedly they like the grow lights a lot. And these, this is my rubber tree. I cut the top off my one rubber tree because it was getting kind of wanting to tip. So then I cut the top off. And the reason why the leaves don't have red in them is because it's not under a grow light or anything, but it's variegated too. And I forget what it's called, the actual name, but I like them very much. And these are going to be a riot when they get flowers. They're called Ceropegia ampliatas. And they're little tiny thin. I got a bunch of little branches, and they supposedly grow like crazy, and they're gonna attach themselves to these, things, trellises. And here's another one. And what happens is they call them condom plants too, or phallic plants, because oh boy, the flowers are going to be very interesting when they develop. And I'll definitely take pictures of the flowers. They're hilarious. That's why I got them, because they're I've never seen anything like it. So there's those here, and then over here is one of my giant golden pothos, which isn't giant because it's just growing in a vine, because I don't have it in the full sun, or I don't have it in the sun, so it's just staying kind of green, and that's fine. That's a good one here for the corner by my TV. And then this one is I think it's the blue and orange bird of paradise, and this is 5 foot tall now, and it's doing really, really well. It's gorgeous, and I have seen a video where people have gotten these to flower in their apartments, in their house, from having the grow light. So I'm going to try. And then, I don't think I missed it. This is my spider plant, tree shelf. And yeah, I have lots of tablets. Like one tablet I use for looking at Diablo 4 builds while I'm gaming. And then, other builds. And then this is my tablet. I watch TV. Where is it? There it is. It's an Amazon Fire 10 Plus, or whatever it's called, Plus Max or whatever. And I watch movies while I'm gaming. And so there's my variegated spider plant. There's another baby. And where did the babies come? Oh, the babies came from that one. That was my original variegated spider plant. And then that is my Hawaiian spider plant. And then, I got a PS5 Pro. I have to say it. I love it to death. There's my original variegated spider plant. And it's going to be coming up. I'm going to put it in a different pot. This is tacky as hell. The pot has holes. It's probably for an orchid. It's an orchid pot. It has these gigantic holes in the side. And in the dirt and the water comes streaming out when I water it. So yeah, I'm going to give it a nice pot. Looks like crap. And then this is an autumn fern. And I think it gets like an orangey brown when it matures. Those are that one's recent. And that's another one, autumn fern, that's recent. And I wanted to grow them inside. And that's an Aglaonema picture tricolor. And it's beautiful, but I didn't think it's spreading. I didn't think they did this. I thought they were like a philodendron type of thing. And it's growing up kind of like a dragon plant. So I'm not sure if that's exactly what I got. Well, it looks exactly like the leaves, like what I ordered, but I've had this one for a couple years. And these are two. I got this, and that one on the end table there, all little tiny ones at once. It was a bundle from Etsy. And this one's called a Philodendron Macaulay's Finale. And it's gorgeous. And these are interesting philodendrons because they don't grow out, they grow straight up. The leaves come right out the top. They don't come out the side, which is really cool. And that one is a Philodendron Prince of Orange, which you can see, by the orange leaf there. And see how the leaves are opening up from the top? They come out of like a shell, and then the shell thing falls off. And it's really I just love them. But this is my favorite. This is a moonlight. This is a Philodendron Moonlight. And it's got the most beautiful lime leaves. And it's getting a new one there. And they're gorgeous. And then that's another Hawaiian spider plant. And that one is I've got a leaf in my face. Let me grab the thing here. It's called Anthurium clarinurium. I don't know, but they're really beautiful. So, and no, I don't smoke pot. Here's my outdoor ones where I'm very proud of. That's my maidenhair fern. And I can't shut the door. The dogs will get all funky. That's a fern. It's giant. I got it out of the forest. I think my first trip to the forest, there was a little teeny tiny fern on the ground. And it was like an animal had dug it out or something under it. And I brought it home. And there's a lemon bane. I think that's what it's called. Lemon bane? Or lemon something. This is a honeysuckle. I just got these about a couple of months ago. They were a little tiny. And I bought this big trellis, an 8-foot trellis. The little birdie's pissed off that I'm standing here. It's yelling at me. And so I have a honeysuckle at the end there, and then I have one at the end there. And they'll grow up. They won't grow much probably this year. And then they'll grow across. I want to have a whole trellis of honeysuckle for the hummingbirds. And that's my piggyback plant. I cut it back, way back. And now it's growing brand new, nice leaves. And this here is cracking me up because I always thought that was a huckleberry plant. And it's not. It's a snowberry plant. And that's why it's got these little tiny delicate flowers, and it'll get these white berries. And the hummingbirds even like these little bitty flowers. So, but that's it's a snowberry plant, and it's huge. It's 5 feet tall, and that is a foam flower plant, and it'll get white foam flowers on it eventually. They came as what are they called? Bulbs. So, and those are plants that unfortunately didn't make it. So next year I'll put some flowers or something in there. And those were Japanese ferns, and one was a sweet woodruff, and there was, the one in there was a sweet woodruff, and then, yeah, we'll see what happens. And there's another one. That's where the plants go to die. That's the graveyard. And then here is this. These are my babies. My babies, and they've gone completely nuts. This is I've never had a peace lily ever. So I got a variegated peace lily. They're beautiful. And this is another one that you can't have chlorine in the water. You just can't. And this one even got a flower, which is really pretty. It didn't have a flower when I got it. I've only had it for about maybe a month. But it came really big. And I just love the variegation. And you don't want them in the sun. Like I just have it in indirect light, which my grow light is facing there the other way, so because it'll burn them. And then this is my giant Monstera deliciosa I got from Florida. This is the wet stick that I got, and I think that was the 17-inch, it was 20-inch long wet stick. I had to cut it to fit it in the pot, but I actually grew it, and it survived, and I did every single thing that the owner said to do. She gives you like a 30-page thing of instructions, and I followed them to the letter. And now I have 4 leaves, and it's gorgeous. And since I put it in the new pot, the leaf that came out isn't quite as big as the other ones, and that's okay. So, but yep, that is that one. This one is my baby. Well, these two. This came from Florida, from the same place as that one came from. But this wasn't a wet stick. This was the actual plant. It's a Monstera deliciosa Thai constellation creme brulee. And it's gorgeous. I've gotten, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 new leaves since I got it. And I got it not this summer, but last summer. Or last fall, I think, is when I got it. But it's just freaking gorgeous. And I have them on lights 12 hours a day, 365 days a year. So I don't let anything go dormant. So, but yeah, this is the newest leaf I got. It just hardened about a week ago, and that's the newest one. And it's gorgeous, and it'll get taller, above these ones. But yeah, it's freaking gorgeous. And the runners that come out of this thing are insane. I actually transplanted that too. I put it in a bigger pot, and I put the runners that I had. I just threw it in the dirt. So I hope that was okay to do. And then that one has huge runners coming out of it too. So some people say to cut them off. I don't want to do that because the people that I've seen grow the most beautiful monsteras, they all have their runners, so I just don't think I want to do that. And this is a beautiful Monstera elbow, and it just got a new leaf last week, and it just opened, and it's gorgeous. And Hope you can see them okay. I don't know if the light's causing any problems. And these other leaves with the half white on them are gorgeous. It's almost as tall as I am. I've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've gotten 11 leaves since I bought it. And I'm going to have to get another branch for it to go to grow on. So I don't know. I hope it doesn't. I may have to it's not to the ceiling, so I'm not going to worry about it. These lights, I can adjust them. They go right to the ceiling. So, and those are my big babies. Oh, and that is a Philodendron glorious. And that thing is just going nuts. And I don't use moss poles because I don't like them. I just don't, because they're a real pain in the butt to pull the runners out and the roots. If you need to add another moss pole or something, it's just awful. It's just too much damage to the plant, and I don't cut my plants in half, and I don't want to cut a moss pole in half, and that kind of stuff. So I don't want to water my plants from the top of a moss pole. That's just my prerogative. So, but yeah, that's my Philodendron glorious. It's just beautiful. And then that is a Monstera acuminata, and I actually accidentally knocked it on the floor a couple weeks ago, so it's kind of taken a little bit of damage there. And I feel real bad for it, but obviously it needs more light, so I have it kind of by the grow lights. And I might put it back under. I had it under here, but the stick I have in there, the bamboo stick, is too tall, so I may just end up wrapping the thing around a shorter stick and putting it back in there. There's 2 more of my devil's backbones. That's the one I had to cut leaves off because it's huge. And there's a variegated one, I think. It's gorgeous. I love these devil's backbones plant because they have the neatest stems on them. I just love them because they're different. And this Thai constellation I got in October 2022. And I almost killed it because I overwatered it. I didn't give it the right soil. I overwatered it and it got root rot and it almost died. I actually had 2 of them. The second one died. And that one got a new leaf about 2 months ago right there. So I was really happy.